A handkerchief materializes in my peripheral vision. I look up to find Evan standing beside me.
You look like you could use this,
he offers. I smile gratefully and accept the proffered hanky. Thank you, I say softly, dabbing at my eyes. Evan crouches down.
It's my pleasure.
He pauses as if hesitating.
Are you okay?
I sniff deeply and smile. I'm great. Just so happy for those two, I assure him. It's mostly true, anyway. He looks over at Nate and Mia, dancing with Mia's head resting on Nate's chest.
Me too,
he murmurs. Then he looks back at me and rises, offering his hand.
Dance with me?
This time, my breath catches for a different reason, and I lose my words. So I simply nod and take his hand. He tugs me to my feet and leads me to where everyone is dancing. He slips a hand around my waist, drawing me gently against him. My knees nearly buckle being so close to him. I think he knows because he pulls me in tighter, and I have to focus hard on breathing.
So, Nate says you're going to be my babysitter?
Evan says in a low voice. I can't help but snicker. That's one way to put it. He cocks an eyebrow, and the look is so sexy it makes my heart race.
Is there another way to put it?
He asks with a note of mischief in his tone. I bite into my bottom lip to master myself. Mia said I should make sure you don't get lonely. I reply in a husky tenor I don't recognize. Now both of Evan's brows raise.
Is that so?
One corner of his lips curls up, and my whole body flushes with heat.
And how would you put it?
My eyelashes flutter of their own accord, not flirtatiously, just because that's apparently what Evan Edwards does to me. God, I hope I don't faint. I breathe steadily for a few heartbeats before looking up into his eyes. I assume you're here to get away and relax, so I'd put it as I'm here to help make that happen. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. Even if that's staying out of your hair and making sure other people do too. I reply, blushing under his gaze and looking away.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you.
His tone is different, raw and honest, and I look back up at him. This time he has no sexy smirk or tantalizing raised brow. I shrug, equally uncomfortable with this more real, down-to-earth version of Evan. He's just as unnervingly charismatic. I open my mouth to respond when I hear Mia say it's time to cut the cake. Everyone rushes excitedly toward the small but gorgeous confection and watches the couple gently feed each other the decadent chantilly cream chiffon cake.
What? She's not going to smash it in his face?
Evan remarks from just behind me. I turn and give him a look. You don't actually like that awful tradition, do you? Evan gives me a mischievous grin.
Only if it's my brother getting messy.
I chuckle and shake my head. I am not sad I never had any brothers. Evan slings his arm over my shoulder, and I'm so shocked by the sudden intimacy that I stare up at him open-mouthed.
Oh, come on. It's all in good fun,
he says, winking at me.
But he's probably too old for that anyway.
Ray starts cutting the rest of the cake and handing out pieces. Evan drops his arm and heads to get one. Meg slinks up next to me. He was touching you, she says with wide eyes. I can't help but let out an off-kilter laugh, because here I thought that must have been my overactive imagination trying to make my fantasies come to life. He was, wasn't he? And he looked pretty into you on that dance floor. Meg looks at me meaningfully. I wave her off. He's just a flirt. Meg snaps her fingers in front of my face so abruptly that I flinch. Wake up, Carrie. The man is interested. Don't let that opportunity pass you by, because if you don't take it, I will. She gives me an I dare you look that still somehow conveys she doesn't really mean it. She's just trying to get me to hook up with Evan. If he's interested, he'll say he is, but I'm not about to throw myself at him, I whisper. Meg rolls her eyes and shakes her head. Fine, play it safe.